Welcome back to Cubbyhole Conversations and good morning. Yes, I am in my pajamas, in my house coat. And why am I doing this way? This is my hair in the morning, by the way. I'm doing this right now because I had this thought on my mind and I was like, I got to get this out. And if I end up posting it, great. If not, oh well, at least I got it out. So yesterday was my 47th birthday. And I went out to lunch with my mother-in-law, that I call Millie, as in mother-in-law. Anyway, Bev and my mom, Karen. And we went to lunch and we had a really good time and we laughed and laughed. And then we had some serious conversation as well. And one of the things that came up was like homelessness and drug addiction and mental health. And we live in Washington State. We live in Western Washington. And the homelessness problem is getting just bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're seeing more and more of it. And especially as inflation's happening and housing costs are through the roof and only going up, we're seeing more and more of it. And then a lot of services are getting closed and canceled due to the political issues in our state and reasons such as that. So some of the places that help those people who have those long-standing issues are either having to close their doors or run on less people and things like that. When you start mandating vaccinations and things like that, then you do have people who are not going to do that and they move on. And then also when you start mandating that organizations who have belief systems and mission statements hire people against those mission statements and beliefs, you start then requiring them to make decisions of either I'm going to stand on what I believe in or I'm going to close my doors. And so some of that's happening because organizations just simply don't want to hire people that want to change their company in a direction or organization in a direction that does not match their value system. So it's a tough go right now in Washington State in that regard, and our homeless problem is just increasing and increasing. And so we got to talking about that, and one of the things that came up is like, well, people need to decide that they need help, and then they need to go to people and get help. And I just keep going back to the thought of the prodigal son, that the father did not ask the son to get his act together and get cleaned up and take a shower and get some food in his belly before coming back to him. He just came back as he was, dirty and broken. And he knew he had a father. A lot of these people out on the street, they don't have anybody anymore. They only have maybe the guy sleeping on the floor next to him. And that person's just as addicted or mentally in trauma as they are. And so they don't have anyone to go to. And so to say that they should go find services, or to say that they should go to someone that they know, there's no one there. They truly feel lost and hopeless, and that there is no one to go to except for the drugs to ease their pain, to give them a high for a moment, to give them calm for a moment, to stop the voices in their head for a moment. And so I have a heart for the homeless. I don't help as much as I would like to. I do help where I can and when I can, and I'm always trying to figure out like how can I help more, and how can I help safely, because I do have an 11-year-old child, so I got to be careful. God is my ultimate protector, but I think we're not supposed to be stupid either. So I guess my thing is just I challenge people to think about the prodigal son when they see a homeless person, or they see someone curled up on the on a park bench, or they see someone who's obviously on drugs. Sometimes you can tell that they're on drugs at that moment. I say a prayer for them. If nothing else, you don't have to give them food. If you don't want to give them food, don't give them food. If you don't feel led to give them money, don't give them money, but pray for them, because they need somebody to guide them. They need somebody to say, you can come home. You can come home to the Lord and you can get help. And if we are not God's hands and feet, or if we are not the father, the prodigal son's father to these people, then who will be? Who will be? We can't leave it to someone else. No one else is there for them. I'm part of a couple of different groups. There's Project Serve. Shout out to Project Serve. She's doing a coffee camper on Wednesday nights. She does a couple of other special events, and she gives out coffee and donuts or cupcakes, bananas, clothing, lots of different things she gives out on Wednesday nights to the homeless in Everett. They know she's coming. They expect her to be there. And then she has different people who support her in different ways. A lot of people just drop things off at her door so that she has food and umbrellas and things like that to hand out. She has a team that people shift in and out, actually serving the coffee. And then right now she's looking for a security guard each Wednesday night because, it's Everett, and it's not exactly safe to be out there at night necessarily as, a couple of women in a horse trailer giving out food. So, just a little added protection and keeping things calm. So that's Project Serve. Love them. There's Shower to the People. Been working with them for years. We donate financially to them, and they give showers to homeless people. They allow them to do showers, and they also have a box with clothes, and so they can kind of dig through the clothes and find clothes that might work for them. There's the laundry service I cannot think of the name of, but they usually are out close to, they used to be. I haven't been out with them since I haven't been out with Shower to the People. I haven't physically been out there, so I'm not sure if the laundry people are still right there, but they used to be in the same parking lot at the same time so that the people who are going for showers could also get their clothes washed. And then there's Vine Maple Place. They're down south. They work with women and children, giving them a place to sleep. I think a lot of people in places that aren't quite as prolifically don't have as many homeless people, obviously, like you don't see the little tents and all of that underneath your overpasses, and you're not seeing them actually sleeping behind buildings and whatnot. A lot of them may be people sleeping in cars. I'm connected with a church in Bozeman, Montana, and they were saying that a lot of their homeless are kids. A lot of their homeless people are kids and teenagers, and they're basically families living out of cars. So they're able to maintain their car, and they live in the car, and that's their home. So what's the solution? What's the solution to homelessness? And it goes back to, there's mental health issues, and there's drug addiction, and there's housing costs, and there's all of this. But what's the solution? Solution is relationship. The solution, in my opinion, to so many problems is relationship. These people need relationship, and they need relationship with Jesus Christ first and foremost. I always also think of let's build a church, let's build a school in Africa. We're going to build a school in Africa. We'll give them what they need. They need a school. They need an education. And then the kids are eating the grass mats because they're starving to death. Right? You can't just build the church. I keep saying build the church. You can't just build a school and not give the kids food because they're going to eat the grass mats or eat the pages out of the books. They're starving. So you got to give them what they need. And so, with drug addiction and homelessness and mental health issues, to say, oh, here's some food today, that just gives them food for today. We need more facilities. We need more people stepping up. We need to support the organizations that are. My brother and sister-in-law's church, Canyon Hills, they have a recovery center for men, and they're in January opening a recovery center for women. I'm all on board. Like, maybe I can't be the one giving them these homeless people a place to stay, or these recovery, alcohol recovery people a place to stay, but I can sure support an organization that does. So look around. Where can you help out? How can you be God's hands and feet? How can you be the father that says, hey, you don't have to get cleaned up before you come home. Just come home. What can you do? Maybe you have someone in your life who has addiction issues. Maybe you have someone in your life who has mental health issues. Maybe you have someone in your life who's homeless. What can you do to help? And I'm not saying open your doors and have somebody come in and steal you blind. Be safe. That is always important, is to be smart and be safe. But if God's telling you to get involved, get involved. I hope you have a great week. See you next time on Cubbyhole Conversations.